Hello, good afternoon. Today is 17th of September. I'm doing a last paper analysis for 2019 exam questions. So today's presentation is on the last two, which is real estate agency practice, which I've just done. Another one now is D12, building technology 2. So let us go in. So today, 17th of September, Building Technology 2 D12 for 2019 exam question analysis. This is the last 2011 to 2018 and then 2019 spot question and the actual question which came out in 2019 this year examination. So just to highlight, the first question was on functions of foundation. Second was on advantage and disadvantage of in situ concrete steel precast concrete frame, more about structure. Number 3 was site investigation, desk research, desk study and site reconnaissance. This is almost like going back to the earlier days where they ask about desk research, go to the site to test soil and then see whether how much of foundation work to be done. Number 4 was on roof, types of roof, flat sloping pitched roof. Number 5 was floor finishes, all the different type of floor finishes. Number 6 was on construction of septic tank. So this is the first time in comparing to other years that there is a single one question on septic tank, only just construction of septic tank. So this is quite unexpected because previously when septic tank was asked, it was just asked as a part question, sub question. Number 7, bonding of bricks. So let me go in more detail to analyze the question. Now before we move on, you already know of this difference on building tech 1 and building tech 2. So generally the syllabus for building tech 1 is about the introduction and also basic of the building and the foundation, whereas number 2 is or building tech 2 is on more water related, waste management, piping system, and then some of the extension of the part 1, which includes foundation as well as ventilation and environmental pollution, which is more to part 2. I always say is more to things that is hidden, you cannot see. Part 1 is more to things that you can see of a building. But in this year's questions, it seems that a lot of questions asked in part 2 are in fact under part 1. So just now we heard about bonding, the brick bonding. Brick bonding is mostly asked in part 1. And also we also heard about things like roof and then floor. These are all part 1 questions. And also there is one question about the types of in situ on-site precast and also in situ type of construction method. That one structure related thing is also in part 1. So this year question by building technology 2 in fact composed of almost half of the question in part 1, and then there was in fact a very limited question on piping. So in fact there was no piping question on one stack, two stack system, hot and cold water, siphonage water treatment, all this did not come out in the current 2019 question. So in fact 2019 the building tech 2 is an extension of the building tech 1. I have a feeling the same lecturer or same examiner was preparing for building 1 paper, so he just chose some questions in part 1 and put it into part 2. So maybe that was the reason that it came out like that. So bonding appearing in both part 1 and part 2, building tech 1 and building tech 2 for 2016, you can say in Building Tech 2 2019 question 7, with the aid of diagram explain garden wall bonds, English Flemish bonds, stretcher bond. Then in the same year 2019 Building Tech 1 question 3, using diagram differentiate the following types of break bonding, stretcher and header bond, English bond, English garden wall, Flemish bond and Flemish garden wall. So it's actually quite a repeat lah. You can say the part 1 question repeat in part 2. Analysis number 2 is on the building structure appearing in both also. So Building Tech 2 2019 question number 2, discuss the main advantages and disadvantages on in situ concrete frame, steel frame and precast concrete frame. And then if you look at the same year Building Tech 1, the question was on load bearing structure, frame structure, state the differences between these two structures. So quite a similar class of or group of question among the two papers, part 1 and part 2. Question number 6 on the septic tank, explain the design and construction of the septic tank for domestic building. This is a detailed question. In fact, I did not expect that this type of question would come out. Usually septic tank came out as part of the one part of a question, like you have 4 sub parts and then septic tank just being one of the 4. This is new as the amount of information needed for septic tank as a question, a single question. You need to draw the septic tank and then you need to say septic tank safety as well as passing of the waste out into the drain. So all that you need to be a drawn picture, quite detailed drawn picture. So this is expected of a higher level in septic tank construction and also discussing the reason why it is as such. So for the detail in the septic tank, it have never been asked before. So in the whole, you look at the questions. If let's say you take out septic tank as one question, then you only left with 6. But among the 6, you can just choose 4 to answer for this paper. So Building Tech 1 and Building Tech 2, they actually interuse the questions. So this year, kind of, as I mentioned, kind of omitted all the piping system, which is a characteristic of Building Tech 2. So if it is Building Tech 2, you expect that at least 2 questions coming out for related to water treatment and also air ventilation and also fire escape and things like that, which never came out in this year's question. Number 6, construction of septic tank is unexpected as a whole question. Anyway, there are 2 reasons easy to pass still. Because they repeat the past year. So if you have done Building Tech 1 and if you are now taking Building Tech 2, you should have passed Building Tech 1. So this is a repeat of what you studied in part 1. So you should be able to have an easy pass for this type of question. Lesson to learn is you were to study Building Tech 2 with Building Tech 1. That means if you are now preparing for Building Tech 1, may as well look at Building Tech 2 because some of the questions in Building Tech 2 will be repeated in the following year in Building Tech 1. So you can better spot the questions appearing in part 1. Anyway, thank you very much for following this series for analysis for 2019 questions. Thank you for also having the time to look through from the paper D02 to D12, which are 11 papers. estateagentexam.com is a portal or website for online study of the estate agents examination conducted by the Board of Valuers, Appraiser, Estate Agent and Property Managers Malaysia. Thank you for following the video. Thank you very much.